Hello and welcome everyone to the Driver's Room. This is the Festival of Speed. We are at Tokyo Expressway, the Central Inner Loop. Today we are DRFS Tier 2, Season 4, Round 6. Let's head on down to the grid now then, and we'll see how the guys got on during qualifying ahead of this DRFS Round 6. So in first place we got Kenny running as Super Softs. In second, his best qualifying of the DRFS season, we have Ricky J for Wrecking Ball. He's also on Super Softs. In third, we've got Bullet. He's on Softs. In fourth, we've got myself, Craig P. Also having my best qualifying result in fourth on Super Softs. Got Muller in fifth, Super Softs on the front, Softs on the rear. CBT O'Reilly in 6th, he's Super Softs all round. Nightmare Racer in 7th, running Super Softs. We've got Jules in 8th, running Super Softs. We've got Jammy D in 9th, he's running Super Softs. Boss in the Lost Pegasus car is in 10th, running Super Softs. JC in 11th, running Super Softs. And Monroe in 12th, he's running Softs. So that's the grid, and we've got 12 guys for round 6. Let's see how they get on when the lights go out and they hit the track in anger. You join us now, just waiting to hear the revs build as the guys are waiting for the lights to go out and get this round 6 underway, and they are away. Kenny with a decent start, Ricky holding position in second, we've got Bullet in third, right up behind Ricky, maybe a little nudge there. Myself in third, was Ricky just bouncing off the wall. Bullet has gone backwards now and I've nipped through into third. Bullet has dropped back now, Muller is up in fourth, Bullet is down to fifth. Yeah, must have just got squeezed down to the pinball physics into the wall. It's just horrendous sometimes. You see him bouncing all over the track again. Jules having to take avoiding action, nearly hitting his Sega teammate. All going on this opening lap. Jammy D now right up behind Jules and Bullet. Can Jammy make a move? He's going to be looking. JC has jumped up to 8th from 11th on the grid. Great start from JC. Good Boss in 9th. Monroe in 11th. He's getting challenged by O'Reilly, who must have had a nightmare of a start as well. He's dropped way down to the back. But this man Kenny has broke away at the start and isn't looking back. It just grazes the wall there. Got Ricky, he's had a bit of a nightmare out, and I'm up into second, so I've jumped my teammate Ricky there. He had a bad exit up into second. So Ricky down to third, but both Wrecking Ball cars going great guns at the start of this race. Haven't had the best season either of us, but we're really relishing here at Tokyo so far. Muller closing in now on Ricky. Ricky just catching a couple of the barriers there. It just zaps the momentum around this track. Just a graze here and there, and next thing you know, you've got a car all over the back of you. Bullet now, he's consolidated 5th. You see Muller just grazing the wall himself there, probably losing a little bit of time there to Ricky. So, after all that, we're on lap 2. We'll run through the grid and see how the guys are now. Kenny is streaking away in first. Myself, Craig P up in second. Ricky in third. We've got Muller in fourth. Bullet in fifth. Jammy up into sixth. JC now in seventh. Jules is in eighth. Just twitching sideways there. Same with Nightmare behind in ninth. O'Reilly is in 10th, Boss down in 11th, and Monroe in 12th. Just looks like maybe I'm slightly catching up with Kenny. Little flash of lights through the tunnel, try and maybe take his eyes. Ricky holding station well behind him. He seems to be struggling just with that quick change through the S's there, which is unsettling the car down in the tunnel now. Look, Muller's close right up on the back of him now. Can Muller make a move on Ricky? He's close right up behind. needs to be really close behind to make any use of the slipstream down this straight, but he's just a little bit too far back as these corners approach pretty quick. Just see Mullet dropping off just that little bit now, just down to the dirty air. Can't maybe hold the line just as much. You see Ricky's able to turn a little bit more. He's not getting affected as much from my car ahead. Mullet just not able to. Ricky gets it sideways there through turn 1. Looks like Canny's just managed to stabilize the gap between us. He got a pretty poor third lap though. Nearly a second slower than myself. But he's still holding the fastest lap at 1:11.9. Front four still pretty close together. One mistake can see you drop out of the top 3 down to the 4th pretty quickly. As this man knows only too well. Bullet trying to rebuild in 5th. Jammy trying to close him down, but doesn't seem to be making any massive inroads. Just seems to be holding the gap pretty steady, and he's got a decent gap back to this pair of battling J's. We've got JC and Jules. JC trying to make that Send It racing car as wide as possible. Jules just trying to find any little gap he can to squeeze that 458 of his through, but not having any luck so far. If actually Jammy's had an issue. Jammy has lost a bag full of time to these two now. Just see JC getting very unsettled by Jammy in front. That's allowed Jules through and also allowed O'Reilly through. So in one corner JC's dropped 2 spots. It could be 3 if Nightmare can make the run, but looks like JC's got back up and running. As I said when I covered the Tier 1 race, this track, this lap is all about mistakes. If somebody makes a mistake, you're gonna be able to get past. If they don't make a mistake, then you're pretty much stuck. JC just looking to the inside of O'Reilly, but there's nowhere to go. Maybe a little bit of contact. O'Reilly bumps off the wall. JC going to the inside. See, O'Reilly caught the wall there on the exit, and then it gave JC the run into the next corner. Grab the apex and back up into 8. O'Reilly now looking to the inside into turn 1. Will he be able to outbrake him? No. JC hangs it round the outside, so it's not this time, youngster. You need to be a little bit braver than that. But fantastic racing so far from the Tier 2 guys. There's action all over the place. Just see on the map there, looks like Canny has managed to pull away. Oh, JC just loses it through that tricky ass section. That's going to lose him through. Oh, that was absolutely horrendous. Nothing that JC could do there. He just gathering the car up, and as normal, it just decides that it's going to unghost when it wants, and Boss plows into the back of him. That is rotten luck for JC there. Although they both got away without damage. We only used light damage, but neither of them suffered damage through that, which is 1 bonus. Yet Canny has managed to break away with a 12:01 or 12 flat there in the last 2 laps. I've dropped down into the 13th. Starting to bounce her off the walls a little bit. Ricky holding well in 3rd, so both of us Wrecking Ball guys having a fantastic race here at Tokyo. Muller's still not able to get past Ricky. That's right, if you manage to plant the car, there's not much room for the other car to go anywhere else. It's kind of a single line track, this. Excuse me, just take a drink. But both Ricky and myself, I would say we've had not the greatest seasons. in the early stages of this race. We are loving life as I just absolutely bury the car off the wall. We've got Bullet now in 5th still. He just doesn't seem to be able to close that gap up. We seem to be going just enough to keep him at bay, but he's not getting caught from behind because these guys have been squabbling flat out. Jules has now got himself into 6th and seems to be breaking away quite nicely. Jammy takes a massive oversteer lunge there, manages to keep it under control, and he takes another oversteer. He's really hurting those rear tyres. Look at the state of that right rear already of his. He's just not able to have that car underneath him. Maybe his setup's not quite right for Tokyo, but he's doing well in 7th, but could be better for Jammy. We know he's a quick driver. Just see every corner there, the back end of that car is just stepping out on him. Doesn't have the grip at the moment at this phase of the race. Will we see him dive into the pits? No, he's going to keep going. That's not the pits, that's why. Oh. Well, we got Nightmare running in 8th now. CPT O'Reilly is in 9th, not being able to make any ground. Obviously, no, Riley is a quick driver, but not really being able to make any sort of inroads into the field. Boss down in 10th. JC is in 11th after his lap of horror not that long ago. And Munro in 12th, as we see Jammy has jumped into the pits. Munro and JC are actually getting caught by Canny. At this point in the race, I was probably praying they were really getting his way and hold him up. But I see Munro, a gentleman as ever, just lets Canny through. Those two beautiful wrecking ball cars running line astern there, myself and Ricky. Muller's been dropping a penalty. He must have caught the barriers hard. He's dropped away off the back of myself and Ricky now. Bullet can actually see him as I've jumped into the pits. Anyone else from the lead group jump in, or are they all gonna keep going? Oh, come out just alongside Bullet there. I think I just seen him at the last minute and stayed out of his way. Indicator is still on from when I came into the pits. See Bullet struggling to hold on. And there you see the problem with this track. The Bullet was having a moment, but in the middle of the track, and there was nowhere for me to go until we got outside the tunnel. That is going to cost me time. Will it cost me a position later on down the road? I mean, Bullet's not going to have done that on purpose. That's not what I'm getting at. It's just this track is so tight. If you have a moment, there's nowhere for you to go. And if you don't ghost, you're going to block anyone behind you. See JC now getting caught by Canny. And Munro has been lapped by Ricky and is just again lapped by myself. Canny's got that car very nicely under control, very well set up, no drama out of that Neon Lights car at all. Looks very poised as it goes through the camber and direction changes there. JC lets him through very nicely. Muller has worked a master stroke in the pits. He's gone in the pits and up into 2nd. He's ahead of Ricky, who hasn't stopped yet and is losing time now as he just lets me through. So you'll know I'm on fresher tyres. But Muller's got way ahead of me after I got caught up behind Bullet. Sometimes it will be something I don't pay attention to, thinking where am I going to come out when I go in the pits. And I think that has cost me quite a bit there. Ricky's struggling for grip now. He's trying to push to the 15-minute mark, but I would be saying to him, get in and get in now. He's going to be reducing more and more time to Muller. Jules is now up to 5th. Bullet still hasn't gone in and changed. Look at that right rear. He's really trying to push for a one-stop, but I mean, if that's the state from now, what state they're going to be in come the end of the race? Probably going to end up fighting. Look, he's struggling to get that car around any right-hander at all. Left-hander, sorry. That right side is just stepping out, and he's going to go again without stopping. I see Nightmare's jumped in. Jammy's in 7th. O'Reilly's now up to 8th. He's stopped. Nightmare is out the pits, and there comes Boss out of the pits. So Muller has pulled a master stroke. I didn't even notice it in the commentary. Muller heading into the pits. He's out on a fresh set of super softs. I would say he probably stopped before us and just used the open track to get ahead. Very well done, sir. It's all going to be down to me chasing him down there. I see Ricky is now diving into the pits. Canny's into the pits, but still way down the road. He is. Excuse me, he's looking unstoppable in this race. Bullet finally going in on his softs there. He's took it to the 15-minute mark. See O'Reilly jumping in the pits as well. Muller did have the softs on the rear, so maybe was able to take it to a point where he just had a nice gap. He wouldn't have had as much wear as myself having super softs on the rear. Ricky now is getting closed down by Jules. The only thing in Ricky's favour is Ricky is on the fresher rubber, so just needs to stay nice and calm and just pump the laps in, and he should be able to hold off Jules. As the time ticks down, he will start to lose grip. Jules a lot quicker than Ricky. Just here Muller lose a little bit of grip there and catch the barrier. This allowed me to catch up slightly and jump on board with myself as we hunt down Muller in front. Was looking good there. It's catching to the tunnel. Just see there, I was catching good in the tunnel, caught the tunnel, and then lost time by the time we were out the tunnel. It also gives you a bird's eye view of my faults in Gran Turismo. Way too tight on that corner there, which bumped the inside and sent me to the outside, losing me even more time. But in the same vein, I can't complain because I'm in the best position I have run so far this season. Well, actually, that's all. I've never had a podium in the driver's room so far. And as we approach the last 12 minutes, I am in a podium spot. And I keep letting Muller off the hook. Like I said earlier on in this race, and I mentioned in Tier 1, it is a lap of mistakes. You make mistakes, this is what happens. This is the way the gap has built up. Gonna go in for a fresh set. And we got Ricky coming around with Jules. I'm gonna be out ahead of him. Thankfully, I'm enough ahead of him they can't see. Don't want to go giving Ricky too much encouragement to catch up. So that's going to be me for the race now. That's going to be a flat out sprint to the end. 12 minutes on these tyres. See what we can do with Muller. He's going to probably have to stop again. That right rear starting to go already. We'll take a run through the field now and see where everyone is lining up so far. Why that popped up. So we've got the runaway leader Kenny out in front. He is ahead of Muller by 15.5 seconds. In second we've got Muller. Did a master stroke through the first pit stop phase, jumped from 4th to 2nd. Hasn't looked back since. I see him diving in the pits now. He's going to try and cover off my stop. Myself in 3rd. Hate it when it does that. Sorry, when you go through the pits. And I'm gonna stay in 3rd as Muller is out ahead. Ricky in 4th. Got Jules in 5th. Coming out of the pits ahead of Jamie in 6th. CBT O'Reilly making decent ground now. He's up into 7th. He's gone about his business quietly, creeping forward place by place. He's going to be putting Jamie under some severe pressure here now shortly. He seems to have caught Jamie up through that section massively. Will Jamie have an answer for the young gun behind him? It's gone pretty well, both tiered races so far. There's been no city moves, no city accidents. So down to the pure nature of this track, it's so hard to overtake. And if you try and force it, it will normally end in disaster. Alrighty, really putting Jamie under severe pressure now. So we've got Nightmare is in 8th. Bullet has dropped down to 9th. Great start to the race, just maybe pushed that first set of tyres way too far. And he's on the softs again. Maybe not quite working around this track. Boss coming into the pits from 10th. JC in 11th. Monroe in 12th. Muller got in and covered off my stop. Still the same distance behind before the stop as to now. Great strategy from Muller, has to be fair, and I've said it a couple of times now in this race so far. The racing brain getting him up into 2nd. Ricky now comfortably in 4th after the pit stops behind. Jules now in 5th, all on his own. O'Reilly is now up into 6th. He's got past Jamie. We'll take a look and see if we can see that move there. Rejoin back with him. You see O'Reilly is behind him. Yes, here Jamie. He got a little bit out of shape. He's lost lots of momentum out of the corner. And he's also then seen that earlier on in the race. He lost it on the right hand and then loses it going into the tunnel. Easy pass for O'Reilly in the end. O'Reilly now up to 6th, Jamie in 7th. Nightmare in 8th. He's got Bullet not too far behind him, so not quite on his own. Bullet will definitely be trying to get up the leaderboard now. Boss is on his very lonesome in 10th. JC is in 11th. He's actually coming up behind Munro to lap him. Munro in 12th. And they're both being caught by Muller and myself. And we'll be praying that they hold Muller up. Maybe he catches him in a bad section where he can't get past, allow me to close up, because the gap's staying pretty much as it was. Maybe Muller's actually stretched it out slightly. You know, 1:12.6 last lap, or 1:12.8. So yeah, he's 2/10 quicker lap. Caught JC at a perfect point. JC staying out of Muller's way. As you see, JC diving out the way from myself. Fantastic sportsmanship there from JC. That's exactly what we like to see in the driver's room, and is what we are all about. Just respect and sportsmanship shown to the other drivers. If you call somebody to go off, you slow down, wait, let them pass, let them regain that place. No push to pass in the driver's room. Or if you come in a lap, if you can, just get out the way and let them through. If you can't, you can't. We don't stress it as that, but the guys really picking their moments while they're making it easy for the lapping cars. So we're just pretty spaced out now. Jules is starting to catch Ricky slowly. Ricky with a 1:14 flat last time. Jules with a 12:5 his personal best. So the bet is firmly between the teeth of Jules at the moment, as he's really pushing to close up on Ricky now as we approach the final stages, the last 5 minutes of this race. Can Jules catch him? Can Jules rob him of 4th place? Ricky has put on a fantastic display today so far. He fully deserves that 4th place if he can hold on to it. The gap really widened now. Excuse me. Really widened now between myself and Muller. .6, so I've probably decided enough's enough. Bring it home, don't do anything silly. Muller also has the tyre advantage on me, so no matter what, I think Muller's second now is definitely secure. Look how close Jules is now. He's really putting Ricky under pressure. Ricky's had another sort of scruffy lap there last time round. Maybe just seen the delta come down towards Jules, put him a little bit under pressure. Jules is looking to the outside. Will he be brave enough? He's just not quite far up alongside Ricky. Understeers it out, and that's going to allow the switch back for Jules. And Jules is up into 4th. Unfortunately, Ricky drops down to 5th. O'Reilly in 6th ahead of Bullet. So O'Reilly's just quietly gone about his business during this race so far. Didn't seem to make much moves at the start of the race, but slowly worked his way up with his, I suppose, alternate strategy. So he's not long out of the pits there. Nightmare also no long out of the pits. He's probably going to see if the fresh set will allow him to catch up towards Bullet. We'll be starting to suffer with those tyres now. That right rear really not looking too clever. And like I said earlier on, will he be able to take these tyres towards the end? I think he actually stopped again. I'm not too sure, but we'll see how he gets on with them and whether this man can close up. Only problem with that is sometimes you'll know another guy is maybe got a disadvantage to yourself. And you'll push and you'll push and you'll actually overdrive the car and not gain any time. Get frustrated and then end up where you were anyway. Boss in 9th, he's got his teammate Jammy, who's not had a fantastic race in 10th. He's not long back out the pits again. He's 2 Pegasus cars running line astern. They've got Canny catching them, I think. JC doing a bit of wall riding. And Bunro in 12th. See there, yeah, Canny is catching the 2 Pegasus guys. Well, I can just relax and take it a little bit easier now. Although it doesn't seem like I am. I'm setting personal best sectors now. I've maybe seen the delta drop slightly and decided, do you know what, let's just give it a shove and see what happens. Because Muller might be starting to worry about fuel, as we're going to be 1 more lap after this for myself and Muller. Where's Canny? Canny is, yeah, he'll be what? This should be his last lap as well, I would have thought. Might squeeze 1 more. Did I keep that personal best run going? Nope. Jules has broke away now from Ricky. Jules is also looking a little bit dodgy on fuel. Ricky's got plenty. Ricky probably fueled at one of his stops to have that much fuel. Maybe that's where he was able to be jumped in the pits by Muller. Bullet is now ahead of O'Reilly. Oh, but it just gets it all sideways. O'Reilly goes diving around the outside. Nightmare has finished in 8th. Jammy's going to come home in 9th. Boss in 10th. JC's going to come home in 11th. Monroe 12th. And we just missed him. Canny has crossed in first. A fantastic victory for that man there. Under control from the start. Never looked back. But one of the drives of the day, I think, has to go to this man. Muller pulled out a fantastic strategy and the first phase of pit stops. Jumped himself from 4th to 2nd and has stayed there ever since. So Muller comes home in 2nd. Myself coming home in 3rd for my best result ever in a driver's room. My first podium. See a little wiggle there of excitement. I think I was going to handbrake, but realised too late. Jules coming home in 4th, a great drive from him as well. Battle through the pack to take that 4th place. As he does get a handbrake in. And another fantastic drive from this man, Ricky. Qualified up in 2nd, 3rd? I can't remember now, but a fantastic drive. Just getting pipped into 4th by Jules there for the last sector. Bullet with a frustrating race at the start. Comes home in 6th, and O'Reilly has run out of fuel. Somebody had to do it, and it had to be old Capitan, as one of his teammates would call him. Captain Dumbass strikes again. So that's it for Tier 2 around Tokyo. Congratulations to Canny and the podium boys.